moment. They don't have that kind of burst in their team. I mean, yeah, they have Leona who can keep somebody in place, but Morgana's ultimate does damage over time. Mundo just burns people down over time. Corki is more of an overtime pokey AD champion as well. So at this moment, I think aAa really need to find a fight where they have a numerical advantage. I don't see them winning it any other way.
It looks like they have moved down towards Dragon, making sure there's no wards there at least. It should be coming up soon again. The Dark Binding missing, and that is going to cause I Will Dominate to start his ulti off on this fight. He gets exhausted. N-Rated trying to get out of this one as he is the tank. A nice Janna ulti pushes Morgana, however, into the team. Scarra will go down here. I'm a Cutie Pie trying to stay on the outside as they also drop Locust in this fury of this fight. Dominate will finally go down, losing his oracles as well. And it just looked like that Janna ulti was really what sealed the deal for Against All Authority on that one. It looked good until you saw it was Moma's ulti still attached to 3 people, continuously knocking on the door of Dignitas' middle turret here. They're going to be focusing on to Cutie Pie. He could go down, trying to trade damage. Boy able to take down Leona. N-Rated is on the ground, and everybody turns. The Tormented Soil still ticking away with the Spell Vamp, and Healthsteal keeps him alive for just another second. A great job by Against All Authority coming out, as well as Dignitas on the 3-3.
Cutie Pie there with the cleanup. Incredible moves from Ezreal. And you know what? He doesn't seem to be suffering for the fact that he doesn't have his trademark Corki at all. That fight went really badly for Dignitas. And what they did there is pretty much what I said they had to do. They took Scarra out of it. And I guess they underestimated the burst that Morgana can deliver with her ultimate and another Q into Tormented Soil, which is exactly what killed Scarra there. But the entire fight started. I mean, the fight started to turn well for aAa when N-Rated went in with its Ileona and landed a perfect ultimate centered square on Scarra, and they picked it up from there. But even without Scarra, so much damage there.
Yeah, it was a really nice job. They kept all their AD in the back. Cutie Pie was doing what he could, but he was just forced out of the fight by Linak. Very nice job there. Looks like Boy is going to be farming top. Quick break here as N-Rated getting himself back in, and just a beautiful fight there. As you said, you know, N-Rated coming out with that ulti. They want to shut down Scarra, and they did just that. There's way too much AoE from him in the fight, and then that Locust pushing Morgana right back into the fight. Momo was like, yes, thank you very much. I'll stun 3 teammates. That's perfectly fine with me.
And I from Momo's movements, I was looking at where he was moving. The only thing he wanted to do was actually get the stun proc off of Scarra. That was the most important thing for him. But of course, every other stun proc that you get, you'll take it. You know, that's quite nice. The Morgana ultimate is, of course, the main reason why Morgana is banned so often, because that ultimate can just turn a team fight around in no time at all. And that seems to be what they're doing. And we see the team here looking at Dignitas right now. There seems to be some sort of a problem with the machine that they're playing on again. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Just waiting for the admins to figure things out. They don't need to be too unhappy though at the moment, because that team fight, even though it looked like it was totally turning in the favor of aAa there at first, in the end it was just Voyboy and Cutie surviving from Dignitas, and they did all that damage. Voyboy just going in there, not afraid of anyone. It took 3 people to take him down in the end.
Fighting on Tormented Soil.
Yes, and it was he still almost took one of aAa with him. And now there was a hint of a smile on Scarra's face there for a second, and no, just pure concentration from Team aAa. We can see their faces very serious here. I think we're all ready. There was actually an "Are you ready?" and then no, hold on 1 second. So yep, yeah, we can see the players looking at their pause screens. Actually, Linak playing in window mode, real window mode troll. I like it. We have a European Dyrus, although Dyrus doesn't play in window mode anymore. He kind of sold out there to
window mode lock screen. Window mode lock screen, man.
Yeah, that's how you play.
So we see Scarra changing up his build a little bit. Obviously not an unorthodox build. He just wanted a little more magic resistance first and in your face. And that Abyssal Scepter, such a great purchase. You get so much more out of it with just such little items in the recipe. It's such a great build. It's going to give the entire your entire team a little bit more damage with that AP, since it's lowering the magic resistance of the other team while you're in that fight. Obviously, you got to be in there to get the aura, so it's going to be very nice when everybody starts to combine together. They'll have just cut down onto Morgana. They don't have too much AP that also helps that, but Scar knew he needed that resistance in middle, and he said, why not with a little bit of power?
Yeah, it looks like we need to change out a monitor actually here. That is what the problem is at the moment, but the IEM techs are on it, and we'll get that switched up for you really, really soon. The build that Cutie Pie is running there for him is a bit of a, well, sometimes it's called a greedy build, where they don't build the Trinity Force first, but instead go for a Bloodthirster first.
Yep.
But in this fight, we could just see it working that well, because the rule of thumb of lifesteal is that it's more useful the fewer people are left in a fight. If there's still 5 people, they can just all man pile on you and you're taken out, then your lifesteal isn't going to help you that much. But when it's just very few people left and you're just trading blows, that lifesteal can really keep you in the fight and allow you to not just pick up one-on-ones, but also like win little 2-on-2s like we just saw in the end of the team fight there. Don't see 2-on-2s quite that often on Summoner's Rift, as opposed to the Crystal Scar, of course, but still, in the end of a team fight, sometimes you just have leftovers, and leftovers fighting each other.
Ooh, Boy, so close to being scary. He's looking to finish that Atma's.
Oh, yeah, he has the frozen mallet already. Yep. He is going to have an Atma's very, very soon. He also has the Lantern for ultimate lane sustain. 313 his score, 314 the score from Cutie Pie. The best score on the enemy team is Mundo's 403. Linak doing a really good job. After a lot of people said Linak is kind of like the less impressive jungler of this tournament, you know what? He's showing you guys he actually knows what he's doing. He's actually not too bad. He went for the Warmox first, which is of course great for Mundo. 2 skill scale with max HP for Mundo, and 1 skill scales with missing HP. So Warmox just an absolutely great first buy there. He is going to be super tanky. It's just no way to focus him out. And once he builds that Atma's as well, he is also going to do tons of damage.
Tons of. I've heard that before.
I don't know who says that.
I've heard that before.
Must be some amateur caster saying that. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah.
So 200 on to Skara. Skara right now with a good amount of CS, as Curse was taken out of the tournament yesterday. The highest CS in the tournament went to Alex Ish, still in the tournament. So
Ish. He told me how to say it yesterday, but I forgot again. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just pronouncing it German because I am German. Yeah, highest CS average in the game, but of course he had a super long game against Curse.
Yes.
So that will distort that figure a little bit there for you. And as you can see, it is super early in the morning, and already so many of you out there. I thank you so much for being out here and for making esports happen, because it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for all of you guys coming out here before 10 a.m.
Yeah.
I never get up. I never wake up before 10 a.m. on a normal day.
Indeed. Let's see who's here for who. Everybody for Against All Authority. Who wants Against All Authority to take this first match? All right, so there's some out there.
There's a few people.
There's some out there. Now,
let's see. Do we have any Dignitas fans in the house at all? Ouchies.
That's all right.
And we're in Europe. We are in Europe. Just to remind everybody, we're actually in Europe. The game, as you can see, has resumed. We haven't quite yet, because we have a spectator lag of about 10 to 12 seconds. So we are going to go into this game very, very quickly
Seeing
again.
the future.
Yes, you are seeing
into the
from the future here.
It consists of a lot of clicking, a few drinks, and usually
mostly Red Bull.
A lot of fun.
Yes, yeah, these guys are here for purely to have fun, of course. And there is the trophy. That's the other thing they're here for. They want to have their name engraved.
No, they don't want that. That's too big. You can't take that home on the plane.
You could drink out of that, dude.
Okay, I'll take. There they want it.
We are back in the game. Yep, everything should be fine. We switched out the faulty monitors, so everything should be good. Of course, this thing will happen eventually. And I'm very, very happy with how well the admins have been dealing with this. Linak just clearing wards around Baron here. aAa may be setting up for a Baron fight. The last team fight looked really good in the beginning of it. I'm not entirely sure what turned it around for Dignitas, but maybe aAa no. And Linak's like, really? You're just gonna keep giving me those wards? That's fine. It's okay by me. Skara gets slowed down. Soa's going in there as well, but there's a lot of people around Dignitas as well. Another ultimate hitting Skara, the S-Ray ultimate going through N-rated on Linak there. And that wasn't all that much burst really on Skara, and that's what we always say, they just don't have the burst really.
Looks like Voyboy was pretty hungry on that one. A lot of good ultis pretty much prevented that fight from happening. The N-rated ulti from Leona, everybody was a little too far away to complement that and help them with the damage on the ulti. The Dark Binding did match, but a great ulti from Locust on the Monsoon pushed everybody out. They're going to reset on that one.
Yep.
Clearing out wards once more. Linak, I want to know how much gold he's gotten off of wards this game.
Yeah, that'd be a nice stat to track. He has 520 right now, and it's entirely possible that it's all from wards.
Yep, bam. Yep. That's 75 gold from wards in the past, like, 40 seconds. And he sees another one, he wants it.
Yes. Yep, the problem is they want to burst Skara out of this fight, because Mordekaiser, the same thing applies that I said for Lifesteal, the same thing applies for Spellvamp. Of course, it's better the fewer people there are left, because you can just sustain yourself. And the thing you need to do when you still have 5 people and you have somebody with Spellvamp against you is you just burst them out of the fight. You just jump on him and just take him out. And that isn't quite happening there. There is not that much burst quite yet from Team AAA. The MoMA, of course, doing a really good job there with his bindings and the Tormented Soil. But Tormented Soil kicks in over time, and as you just said, a very good Janna ulti there, keeping Skara safe. And if Skara survives like the first 2-3 seconds of burst in a team fight, he is going to give AAA nightmares.
Yeah, that's not going to be good. There's some pretty high cooldowns on the side of Against All Authority. Riven can usually get back into the fight pretty quickly, but you're going to have that Dark Binding, the Tormented Soil, and then if the ulti misses, Morgana can pretty much throw a shield on somebody, but she's got to be very careful if she's not innately tanky. Yeah, Mundo exactly. Coming in. Mundo, pretty low cooldowns. It's good for Against All Authority to have him in the fight constantly. And as you said, the early Warmogs is going to help immensely for that. Continuing to clear wards, making sure they are cleared all around the map. Voyboy doing the same.
And looks like there's still a problem. We do have Riot people here who are, of course, looking at this right now. So let's hope we get it figured out. So there seem to be 2 things going on, Rivington. One of them is a monitor problem, and the other one is, for some reason, N-rated keeps disconnecting. Maybe he thinks his team is so good that they can do it without him, or maybe he's having a problem. It's one of these 2 things, and we're getting that cleared out right now.
He's like, I leave, my gold goes to you guys, right?
Yeah,
you guys want more money? Oh, that's not going to work that way. So yeah, we're going to see that. He will be getting back in. Looks like we have another Blasting Wand in the hands of Skara. He's going to go ahead and probably build a Rabbit Noodles Death Cap off of that.
Rabbit Noodles are the tastiest noodles.
Rabbit Noodles cheesecake, and it's going to be fancy and dandy. We do have, it looks like, a Frozen Mallet also being built on Shyvana. This is going to make Lee Sin and Shyvana, that is, I Will Dominate and Voyboy, very hard to get away from. Every attack they do is going to slow you that much more, and it's not going to be fun. Well, not that much more, but continuously just keep it on you.
And it's really funny how similar the builds are between Cutie Pie and Yellowstar here. Both of them going for Sheen into Bloodthirster into Trinity Force. Of course, Cutie Pie is somewhat ahead with the 1 kill advantages he has, but look at it, 185 to 186 the creep score, 314 to 214 the kills. So these 2 are very, very close to each other right now. It just comes down to player skill in this case. Morgana, of course, has the Hourglass, is only going to use the Hourglass if they actually focus on her during her ultimate, which is something that people should do. And of course, the other thing you can do with the Hourglass is, if you are in a position that you like, you can just proc the Hourglass, and you know that Janna can't ulti you out of it.
Yeah, right. You're not going to be hit by anything. You just sat there. You're completely invincible for a period of time, and everybody just kind of stands there. Sometimes if you use it in the wrong situation and you're coming out of it, you're like, oh, that was not the perfect time to use that. But been doing a very good job with it, keeping herself safe as she is using it, and making sure her team can capitalize off of that. And she's, he's not going to be turned on in 2 seconds after it turns off.
And we're looking at N-rated right now. This is the man who's been having some problems. The question is, of course, also, even once we have fixed those problems, what is this going to do to his nerves? He still looks pretty much focused at the moment. All of AAA are just with that very, very intent, focused look. All that they're seeing is the kill score is 8 to 8. They don't know that Dignitas is actually 6.2k gold ahead at the moment.
Yeah.
So from their perspective, everything is looking pretty equal. They, of course, know that they had to give 2 dragons away. and that might hurt them a little bit. But otherwise, they absolutely have all the chances in the world to get into this game. They just need to find a proper answer to the Skara in teamfights that they seem to be so scared of that maybe they blow too much on him. I don't know, maybe the proper answer is just don't, you know, blow everything on him and take out somebody else first. Maybe grab Cutie Pie first. Might be a good answer as well. We are going back into the game in just a second now, guys. Not much longer. I just heard that I think in the future that we're looking at, they may already be back in the game. We're looking at Cutie Pie, of course, who is indeed a Cutie Pie.
And, you know, yeah.
Yes.
I'm say yes.
Yeah, totally.
So it looks like top lane, Soaz having a little bit of trouble. You can just see the item build difference. I mean, Voyboy does have 3 kills and 3 assists, but there are 6 assists for Riven, and sometimes that's not a lot of money. If you keep getting assists all game, yeah, it looks fantastic, but that's not the amount of money you need, especially against the Lee Sin. 186 CS. It's not much higher than Riven, but you can see what those 3 kills, 3 turrets, and Dragon have been giving him.
Yep, and we are back in the game right now. Let's hope that there will be no more problems in this game. Locust and Voyboy both around Baron there. Voyboy actually running the oracles, saying, I am top lane and I am so safe, I can buy the oracles for our team. Shyvana does not currently have one. Yeah, that Dark Binding didn't quite hit anything there, and AAA are still pushing down mid lane. Now they're turning around. Voyboy farming up top lane. They need to be careful not to give him too much time to farm by himself. He's still about 30 CS ahead of Source's Riven. Ezreal ultimate going nowhere. Actually picking up a little bit of farm there. Nicely done. He doesn't really like the ultimate for teamfights that much.
Oh man, looking at the average levels of this team, Dignitas with 2 level 16s. N-rated level 10, MoMA the only level 15 on against all authority, and that is going to dominate in a fight if they can get in there. Linak level 12 with that Warmog, so if he was level 16 right now with that Warmogs, he would be a lot scarier. That's a 4-level difference that against all authority is dealing with right now for 3 to 4 champions. It's going to be very tough for them in the next fight if they cannot initiate 100% properly.
Level 16, of course, for those of you at home who may not be pro gamers, is very, very important, because at level 16 you get the 3rd level of your ultimate.
Yes.
Which is, as the name suggests, the most important skill in your repertoire. Was that a good pronunciation of repertoire? I tried very hard for you, Raving.
It was fantastic.
Great. Linak eating a little bit of Dragon Flame here. His passive means he regenerates 0.3% of his maximum health at all times. So that is one beefy Dr. Mundo. He has almost 3k health even at just level 12.
It looks like they do have a bit of a 4-on-4 here in the middle, of a 4-on-5 rather, as Corki starts to head bottom. Yellow Star wants to grab up that farm, and once they see him bottom, that may mean, hey, let's initiate. There's no tower right there. It looks like they're kind of distancing themselves from each other, though, and Corki has not showed himself bottom yet.
Well done by him. He waited until the last second to show himself so he can pick up that farm very quickly. Let's see what the reaction is from the Dignitas. They could go in the direction of Baron, but AAA can definitely stop them with 4 people.
There's the ping from against all authority. They said, I think you need to come back up right now, and Yellow Star is like, all right, yep, here I come.
Yeah, and he is going to be there in plenty of time. Of course, Corki is a farming machine. You may think he's a flying machine. He's actually a farming machine.
Flarming.
That sounds tasty. He is so quick at clearing those minions with his rockets, with his Qs, which, as you can see, he maxed. And yep, we have the same sort of stalemate that's been going on mid lane for a long time. Linak may get caught here though. Voyboy is jumping on him. Linak is just not taking any damage, and Voyboy is not pressed the issue at all.
Yeah, those are 2 people, their cooldowns really coming up quickly, and it's not something really to initiate on. They're poking back at each other. If Voyboy were to have grabbed something there, they may have actually initiated. At that point, what both teams are looking for is a missed cooldown, a missed skill, something they can really get the advantage from. And it looks like they're going to go straight for Dragon here. Voyboy is going to clear out their vision, so they won't be able to get smite on it. Linak, however, picking the vision up and actually grabs Dragon away from Dignitas. Very nice job in this fight. Will unfurl right above Dragon here. Skara does have the the exhaust on him. His ulti will not pick up that much, and he will be taken down. Yellow Star forced out of the fight by Voyboy, and he will also go down if he cannot make it away. We do have Dominate being locked up as MoMA tries to get away from the Dark Binding, and it looks like it's going to be N-rated, possibly going down. A nice Zenith Blade to pull himself out of the fight there, but he goes down.
At the same time,
E of Shyvana.
At the same time, Cutie Pie was hunting down Soaz and getting the kill as well. So once again, it's exactly the same kind of setup in a team fight here. They take Skara out very, very early in the fight. Once again, N-rated using his ultimate just to keep that Mordekaiser in place so they can kill him. And then Cutie Boy and Voypie just doing the cleanups.
I was actually going to say that.
Putting
down the Vision Ward right there. Looks like he wants to try and get it. Now, you know, Linak's Smite is down. They just used it on Dragon, but does that mean that I Will Dominate also missed or used his Smite?
It's up in 10 seconds. It's going to be up in 7 seconds right now. They're turning on him right now. There's a binding on Voyboy.
Oh, Dominate. There you go.
Baron is down. Yes, and yes, Linak is also going to make it out of this, I think. Yeah, don't stay in farm. Okay, there you go.
Oh, Voyboy wishing he had a ward for that instance right there. They would have been able to take down Linak, and the Baron buff now to assist Dignitas. And they pretty much evened out after that fight, taking out 3 after losing Dragon, kind of equaled them out on the money there. But then with that Baron, they definitely took an upper hand right on that one. And it looks like Linak pushing himself in here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that was just a very, very, very sudden domination on Linak there. Yellow Star now in a lot of trouble. Still has Black Shield. As soon as the Black Shield ends, they may get a slow down on him. No, very, very good Dark Binding is going to keep him safe. Linak certainly did not expect to get switched off like that as a Dr. Mundo. But that's the risk of going up against the Mordekaiser, who does all that damage with his ulti.
You look at the top right of the screen, you can see Scar, the Mordekaiser image right there. His Ignite is on cooldown. Ignite will half the healing of what Dr. Mundo is doing with his ultimate. So he gets taken down quite quickly, and as you said, just turned off like that.
On top of that, Children of the Grave, the ultimate from Mordekaiser, I'm hovering over here, does damage based on max health, and with the amount of AP that he has right now, it does 34 plus 19. Oh god, that's 53%. Half of that done initially, so about 25% of his health just
that's kind of
taken away right away. Yes, that is why they are so scared of the Skara. That's why they've been trying to take him out of the fight so often, but it's just not enough. If you still have Dominate there to soak up the damage, and Cutie Pie and Voyboy doing all that damage. Voyboy now with the Atlas Impaler on top of his Frozen Mallet, and Cutie Pie has finished the Trinity Force, is going for a Last Whisper next with the Bloodthirster also built. And as you can see on Corki, no Trinity Force. And a Trinity Force is better than no Trinity Force.
And let's see, they're going to get a lot of damage on this tower. They will take the first of the second defense there. And it looks like they're going to push straight on in. The Dark Binding missing just, and it's going to clear out those minions on the Tormented Soil. Looks like Skara and his team are not afraid of what's going on right now. The minion wave is quite far behind them, but they have this Baron buff. Looks like it's going to be another just about 2 minutes until it wears off. So Baron will be up shortly after that as well. And with this minion wave, they're going to show a lot of aggression. They do still have Momo right there with blue buff.
Linak is in the ward. They actually get the Q and E down on him, so he's slow, but the rest of the team did not follow up. They're actually going in for the tower. Let's have a look at what's going on with Linak. He is about half health. This is going to take forever. The tower is falling. MoMA is in there with his ultimate. Locust is going to fall, but so is MoMA, and this is not looking good for AAA right now at all. Yellow Star falls as well. Soaz is not going to live much longer. That's going to be an inhibitor, and most likely Rivington, that is going to be game.
It could be if this minion wave gets there fast enough. Mundo is there, and he only has so much health. If they have an Ignite, they're going to be able to turn him down, and there it is. They are just doing so much damage. He did throw on the ulti, and the Ignite soon after. That is going to be the first of this BO3 here, the IEM World Championship. Dignitas up by 1.
Voyboy laughing there. Of course, just one of those moves that you spam in the end of the game. Not actually bad mana, and this